everybody. This is Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction. And you know what this face is? It's a tired face because I'm up early and I have a drive to Denver. But Black Clover Chapter 300 leaks are out, and oh my goodness, my prediction came true. I'm telling you, guys, I write, like I have a fiction out and I have a manga out. Like I write, I read books, like in the mind, like I'm not right about a lot of things, but there was very subtle hints that let me know that Asta was gonna be here. Besides the elephant in the room, as far as it being the 300 chapter, it's the main character, and people were saying like, you know, it'll be like a cheap thing. No. No, and I'll explain, but we're gonna go by this bit by bit. So I'm gonna read as far as the fan translation, you know, summary is, and then I'm gonna go by it bit by bit, and then I'm gonna explain why as a writer and why as far as the story this makes sense. Now, again, I don't think Asta's gonna play like a super huge role as far as in this fight. I think that it's gonna be between Noelle and Noelle, like, to do that, but he needs to burn some time, you know? So let's go ahead and get into it. So 15 pages, apparently the title is called Beyond Not Giving Up. Okay, and so the chapter begins with Gaja's body falling. Mijikula has some fast regeneration spell. Noelle tried to stand up against Mijikula. She doesn't understand why Noelle doesn't give up. Devils don't even try to fight someone who's higher ranking. Noelle proclaims that not giving up is the strength of the humans. Mijikula is about to blow Lola Pachika up and manifest fully. No word on Vanica. I think she's freaking dead. Noelle tries to reach for Lola Pachika. Asta comes in at the last second with the demon dweller and stops the exploding spell. Chapter is with Noelle and Asta reunion, and then there's a break next week. So, okay, so that already, I'm just all like, yo, I freaking knew it, man. So let's get into this. Like, oh my goodness. So, So first thing first, Gaja freaking falling to the... First we have Mijikula speaking and Gaja just falling to the ground, a freaking crisp, bleeding, eyes are white, no grimoire. You know, and then Mijikula has her freaking wings. Like, oh my goodness. Vanica has to be dead. Like, there's no other way. Vanica has to be dead. You know, then we get as far as Undine looking like, oh my goodness. You know, and Noelle getting angry. And then we see Charlotte and Real. Real looks freaking like dud. Like, I don't even know if Real's making it through this, but Charlotte still looks alive. You know, she looks like she's clinching on, and maybe that might be symbolic for her clinching on to deal life. But it looks like, you know, Lola Pachika sits up there and summons as far as her demon water magic, but there's like this silhouette of this person, and I don't know if it's Noelle, but then we get Noelle, you know, getting angry, and then she activates her, you know, Valkyrie form, but there's like the little demon Mijikula's magic, I think it's limiting it, and so we get this crazy shot of freaking demon freaking Lola Pachika, man. She looks crazy. And Mijikula is just looking with these sinister eyes, and Noelle is just all like, no. And so Noelle goes to reach, and then you see her shocked, and you see Asta ride in and pull out the freaking demon dweller sword and stops he hits Lola Pachica's stomach and then grabs her, and he's like, you know, like, here to save the day. And then Noelle is just looking with these crying eyes, like she does the little mouth thing, and then she's just all like this look like, oh my god, like she's almost like, what in the world, but so happy at the same time. And Magicula's looking like, huh? Like, she's probably saying like, how was he able to do that? But also confused because she probably senses like no mana, you know, but he's also, you know, who knows? But, okay, that is as far as the images here. So, if you saw my other video, and I'm gonna leave like a link, you know, the predictions, as far as me bringing up specific chapters, you know, in which I knew this was about to go down, because it was very subtle, but I was just all like, he keeps on mentioning Noelle, like he's worried about Noelle, you know? So, like I said, I brought it all the way back as far as the freaking, whatchamacallit arc, the sea bed arc. Now, there was a part where Noelle had, you know, freaking Veto regrew his freaking stuff, and he was just all like about to annihilate her. But Asta, even with his bloody self, came through, swing, knocked it out the park. But then we get to as far as after Yami gets kidnapped, they're at the captain's meeting. You know, there's that mention of the Heart Kingdom. You know, then we get as far as this switchback, and it literally transitioned to them over there to the Heart Kingdom. Then we get as far as after the whole Maga and Dante situation, you know, Noct explains as far as the fact that, hey, you know, Morris is a pain, but we can't even worry about him until we get rid of all the Dark Triad members. You know, so we don't even need to, we might see as far as what's going on with Morris, you know, as I guess each Dark Triad member falls or whatever, but they're not, until all three of them are taken care of, their focus isn't on Morris, you know, so that doesn't mean that Morris won't come to them, but their focus won't be on Morris just yet, you know. So as Nocta's explaining it, and Asta's talking to Luck, he's just all like, well, if you're here, then that must mean, and then what happened? We get a switch with Gaja and Noelle coming in on the fight with, you know, Charlotte and Ivanica and Real. Okay? And so it was very subtle. It was very, very subtle, but I knew that it was leading up to that because he specified on the time frame. He specified that, you know, he should still be of use, but definitely not as much as, you know, whatchamacallit. So again, he needs to not get killed, you know, he needs to not get super jacked up, you know, and he also needs to kill time. So I knew, I was just all like, okay, so he's gonna go to Noelle, because again, his presence, you know, is more there as far as for him to drag out time, and he may do something. He's not going to be the main focal point on what, you know, I think he might be a focal point maybe at the end, you know, or maybe Noelle might get that, or maybe Noelle, who knows, but they need to get the heart, you know, so. But Nozelle's definitely gonna be a part of this for sure. You know, like that's why it's just all like, Asta, it would make sense for Noelle to come in at a point that looks dire when you got Gaja messed up. You got Noelle, she can't even, do whatever, but Asta being able to negate those spells, I think, is a very important asset. It won't be enough. They're pretty much going to be stalling until Noelle gets there, but they won't know he's coming. But that's basically what I feel like is going to be going on chapter 301 and stuff like that. Now, we may get to a shift to a different fight at this point. This would be a good time to switch over to as far as a different fight, but who knows? But, hey, my prediction was right on the money, and I know everybody was just all like those, but the thing is that, like I said, it's gonna be drawn out, like they needed to have this particular cliffhanger, and as far as the progression, there may be a few chapters still before we even get Noelle. There still may be, like I said, I feel like Asta, they're gonna be basically holding ground. They're gonna be holding ground, and then from there, things are gonna look crazy, and then boom, here comes Noelle. Because it was the same thing with Elf Pottery. Like, Asta and was getting their freaking butts handed to them, but who ended up coming through to save the day and did it like a straight up G? Noelle. But it was a time when it was super dire and there was no hope. So why wouldn't it make sense for him to upgrade from going against a demon dark elf to a freaking high-ranking devil and be able to show off some new stuff? Because it's not going to be easy, but I think it's going to be a very wonderful fight. It is going to be so juicy. So juicy. So anyways, y'all, make sure hit the subscribe button just for me getting that prediction right, because I got the proof. I believe the video. I got the proof. I was just all like, yo, Asta's coming. You can even look at the title as far as the video. Like, Asta's coming. Like, it's not even a question. Asta's coming. What happened? Asta came through. Boom. There was enough that was going on to where they were able to draw the chapter out to where it was quick and it made sense. Asta came at the very last, moment. So it just made sense. To me, it made sense. It made writing sense, it just made sense. So anyways, make sure to hit that like button, make sure to hit that subscribe button, notification bells, and make sure to check out my manga, The Most Random Manga Ever. You can check out all 8 chapters that are out. And then if you like it, pre-order volume 1, which is going to be chapters 1 through 11, plus my other comic book that isn't even out yet, chapter 1 of 11-Bit Castle, which is about a bunch of rejected game characters that are competing in this tournament to be able to get a game made after them. So it's wild. So yeah. Anyways, all the goodies in the link in the description. Peace.
Coming back to earth with a couple gems of wisdom that might take a few decades to decode. So I better get the work on. No need for second guessing, cause it was already written, or was it? Is it all predetermined or devised by your hand? No need for second guessing when you're sticking to the plan. No need for second guessing when you're sticking to the plan.